Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 399, The Woes of Weaning Willy. Intermediate. Wendy was a mother on a mission. The day had finally come when she decided to wean baby Willy from breastfeeding. She imagined it would be a simple affair, a trifling task, really. She had read countless articles, joined online forums, and even binge-watched several reality TV shows about parenting. "This will be a piece of cake," Wendy proclaimed as she rolled up her sleeves and set her battle plan into action. Day one commenced with optimism as Wendy introduced a tiny spoonful of mashed carrots to Willy. The little boy sat in his high chair, eyes wide and curious. His little fists opened and closed in excitement, as though he was ready to conquer the vegetable kingdom. Wendy scooped up a vibrant orange spoonful and brought it to his mouth. "There you go, darling," she cooed. Willy looked at the spoon, then at his mother. A mischievous gleam sparkled in his eyes. Suddenly, with the precision of a seasoned archer, Willy swatted the spoon, sending mashed carrots flying all over Wendy's face and the pristine kitchen walls. Wendy stood there, statue-like, her face dripping with carrot puree. "All right, new plan," Wendy said, wiping the orange splatter from her cheek. "Whatever strategy I was using, forget it." The next day, with staunch determination, Wendy brought out the big guns. Mashed bananas. Babies loved bananas, right? She presented the peel in all its potassium glory to Willy. He seemed intrigued. Wendy, feeling victorious already, mashed the banana to silky perfection. This time, Willy was fascinated enough to open his mouth. Success, she thought. But as soon as the banana touched his tongue, Willy frowned in disbelief, as he had tasted the sourest lemon in the world. He dramatically stuck out his tongue, and the banana mush plopped back onto the high chair tray. During bath time, Wendy contemplated the meaning of parenthood as she scrubbed banana residue from Willy's hair. Meanwhile, Willy relished the bubbles, splashing around like a happy seal. On day 3, Wendy decided to introduce a batch of baby cereal. She held her breath as Willy examined the spoon of oatmeal porridge. As though performing an advanced scientific experiment, he gingerly poked the porridge with a finger, smearing it over the high chair tray. Finally, with apparent resignation, he accepted a taste. Wendy dared to hope. Perhaps porridge was the magical elixir she had been searching for. As if he could read his mother's thoughts, Willy chose that moment to sneeze, with colossal force. The result was spectacular and messy. A storm of porridge rain splattered across the room. Wendy sighed, reassessing the coat of oatmeal now dressing her left sleeve and the living room curtains. "Perhaps food is overrated," Wendy muttered to Daisy, the family dog, who seemed quite content to lap up the scraps on the floor. At least someone in the house appreciated her attempts. On the 4th day, Wendy considered a new tactic, enlisting help. She invited her friend Chelsea over. Chelsea was a mum of 3 and, thus, a veteran weaning strategist. Chelsea arrived armed with a collection of rainbow-coloured purees in little containers. Together they set up a spread that was worthy of a Michelin star restaurant, or so they convinced themselves. Willy watched them with the profound interest usually reserved for natural disasters on the news. Chelsea donned a pastel apron and, spoon in hand, tried her luck. Willy eyed her warily, but allowed her to feed him a spoonful of pea puree. There was a moment of silence. Wendy crossed her fingers. Chelsea held her breath. Even Daisy seemed to pause mid-lick. Willy smiled, a glorious beam of green delight, and leaned forward for another spoonful. The two mothers erupted into a celebratory jig, which resembled an awkward but jubilant dance reserved for mummy victories. For the next 30 minutes, Willy seemed to enjoy sampling a buffet of brightly coloured mush. Wendy was elated. Willy was weaning at last, courtesy of her resourceful friend. As the session ended, Chelsea headed home, leaving Wendy alone with a full, satiated baby. Feeling victorious, Wendy thought about the adventures and mishaps they had had over the last few days. She had learned patience and resilience, been showered in various foodstuff, and shared laughter with a fellow mother. Motherhood, she mused, had its fair share of sticky situations, but it was endlessly rewarding. That evening, as Willy fell asleep with a contented smile, Wendy kissed him on the forehead and whispered, "We did it, little man, we did it." She then quietly celebrated with a well-deserved, uninterrupted cup of tea, the mark of a parenting win. Vocabulary notes. Weaning. Definition: the process of gradually introducing an infant to what will be its adult diet while withdrawing the supply of its mother's milk. Example: the day had finally come when she decided to wean baby Willy from breastfeeding. Similar words: transitioning, adjusting, acclimating. Mischievous. Definition: showing a fondness for causing trouble in a playful way. Example: a mischievous gleam sparkled in his eyes. Similar words: naughty, playful, impish, roguish. Proclaim. Definition: to announce something publicly or officially. Example: this will be a piece of cake, Wendy proclaimed. Similar words: declare, announce, profess. Optimism. Definition: hopefulness and confidence about the future or the successful outcome of something. Example: day one commenced with optimism as Wendy introduced a tiny spoonful of mashed carrots to Willy. Similar words: hopefulness, positivity, confidence. Gleam. Definition: a brief or faint instance of a quality or state. Example: a mischievous gleam sparkled in his eyes. Similar words: glint, flash, shimmer. Resignation. Definition: acceptance of something undesirable but inevitable. Example: with apparent resignation, he accepted a taste. Similar words: acceptance, surrender, acquiescence. Satiated. Definition: satisfied to the full. Example: leaving Wendy alone with a full, satiated baby. Similar words: satisfied, filled, contented. Spectacular. Definition: beautiful in a dramatic and eye-catching way, striking. Example: the result was spectacular and messy. Similar words: impressive, dramatic, stunning. Veteran. Definition: someone who has a lot of experience in a particular area. Example: Chelsea was a mum of 3 and thus a veteran weaning strategist. Similar words: experienced, seasoned, expert. Elated. Definition: extremely happy and excited. Example: Wendy was elated, Willy was weaning at last. Similar words: overjoyed, thrilled, delighted. Story written by ChatGPT 4o AI. Image created by DALLE 3 AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.
Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.